Okay, it's straight into a replay with this turn, and I'll get to see the retribution of Draka. Okay, Moradon is preparing to join me. That's going to be very handy. Kaeland becomes a adversary, joining Andania. The Hortensia mines, which are over here, are now going to start producing for Tribal League. That will also increase their gold piece production, of course. Ranged weapons for Angnord have gone up to 77%. Very handy. And our gold piece production is still relatively low. For Angnord, it's largely because of the amounts being paid to the giants to join them. It's worth it in the long run, but in the short term, of course, it's going to cost me 70 gold pieces every single turn. Angford is continuing to increase, and when Moradon comes online, like I said before, it will increase as well. Okay, Tribal League languishing back there on 26 gold pieces. Okay, what is the Dreadworm going to do? Waiting. Oh, he's just keeping us in suspense. He could just about take out that giant unit with just himself. Let's hope he doesn't. Doesn't seem to be doing anything at the moment. Okay, Viking ships are coming through. He's so predictable. He's taken out a garrison unit. Okay, elite Vikings trying to get into the gates of Guildford and being kept back very well. This giant, these hill giants from Stedding, are causing lots of problems for Xander's Keep now. Up until that point, the walls were keeping out the attackers, but now the boulders of the hill giants are starting to take their toll. Of course, Stedding is from the Stedding of the Hill Giant Chief. The module, or the series of modules for Dungeons and Dragons, goes back way back. Some of the most classic Dungeons and Dragons modules. Stedding of the Hill Giant Chief, the Glacial Rift of the Frost Giant Jarl, and what's the Fire King one? I can't remember. Anyway, all of those are represented by different giant lairs on the map. Right, we lost another militia because Draka has taken them out. Alright, now this is interesting. We've got Moradon as an ally. We can see over here that Gwartenheimer has indeed prepared itself for an attack against them, but Imrith has attacked. Imrith is another great dragon, not quite as powerful as Draka, but still very powerful. They're the only two great dragons on the map, so at least we know where both of them are, and hopefully they won't cause too much damage, but they usually do to a certain extent. Alright, let's see how we go. Go back up here. I'm going to continue this attack here. First I'll check to see who's being... yeah, so I don't need them to be attached, but the rest of them I do. Okay, now can these help? No, too far away. Them? Yes, a bit. Probably won't do very much damage at all, but it might help, so let's start off by attacking the capital. If nothing else, it does show me a little bit about where any other units might be. Okay, so I'll just move them up a bit. You can see the dragon can do a fair bit of damage, but if I attack I can't move as far. But I can still move a little bit. No, I'm going to move up here. Stay focused. The stone giants continue to move down. Right, let's have a look at the odds here. 3 points. Oh, that's good. That's mighty good. Let's go with that. 2. And I lost 1. And another 3. Yes, very good. And the giants have come off pretty well, actually. You know, they're not doing too badly, given the potential disaster that they could find themselves in. So I'm just going to move back, move this unit up to make the attack. This means that I can now get into Waters Bend itself. And I will continue the attack. It's hard to know which is the best way to go. I don't really want to attack over the river, that's not good. They can get in there and make a strike. Let's do that. It's going to cost me 4 points though. Now somebody who knows the game better than me will be able to say whether this is the best order in which to attack, but this is the order I'm going to use, simply because the veteran unit is cheaper than the elite units here. So if I can take off a little bit of their entrenchment, hopefully it will help in the long run and be cheaper. So there's the attack, and as predicted I've lost 4 points. So I'm now going to move in with these. Oh boy, that's not good. Let's just do one attack there. Move out. One attack with them. And that's it, because I really think that anything more would be suicide. I'll move this guy down here, have them. I think next turn will be reasonably good depending on what Draka does. 330 gold pieces, that means I can in fact purchase another elite unit. Or put in for some research, and I'm going to do that. I'm going to go for research in industry. See, what's going to happen is because Angnord is focused on defeating Draka, it's not really going to be able to get far ahead with its research. So once they do prevail, I'll be putting 2 chits into espionage to try and catch up a bit. 132 gold pieces left. Now we've got these 2 Viking ships that have dared to come into my waters, so let's see if I can take them out relatively quickly. The Vikings have already got level 1 of sea warfare, so they do put up a pretty good fight. Right, but that has put paid to that little expedition. Don't worry, they'll be back. They don't give up that easily. They're Vikings. Okay, that'll do there. I believe that on 132, 131, and we're moving up, and it's about time that we start to think about attacking Ymirin Vale, which is the other place for Draka's forces to gather. That's in fact his lair. So he won't be very happy if it's taken, but the minions that he's got there are going to make sure that the place, or at least the horde that's there, H-O-A-R-D, is not going to be lost. They'll take it deep into the earth underneath those mountains, the Heimdall Mountains. Oops. As I said, I feel that I can do this with a little bit of confidence, because I know that Draka is not anywhere nearby to cause trouble. I'm going to increase the Xander's Keep back up, even though I think they'll probably fall this turn. 131 gold pieces, just continue to increase what I was doing before. The ships and Terzar a bit. Alright, the Ancients, about time to go out to sea, I think. We'll put them in raiding mode and start heading up towards the north and the east, where the trade routes are for Andania and will soon be for Potentia, which I haven't had a look at for a while. They're what, 80%, so they're getting there as well. Uh, 187, what can I put in for research? I'll go with Sky Warfare, because I do want to use the air units quite a bit with the Ancients. That'll do for them for now. Just check their diplomacy. No chits available. Malkan, now that we know these guys are over here, which reminds me I better do something with them. Last time that this happened, I kind of panicked and did all sorts of silly things, so hopefully this time I won't. They're not likely to hold off Glutenheim, but hopefully they won't lose too much as they try to defend their land. I've got that there. Is that in danger? Most likely. Got a hold here though. Castle Bastion is quite strong. The halflings of Rumbledell, they're stout-hearted little critters, but they're not going to last very long against giants and elites. But they do have very little entrenchment, actually. Thranguin here will definitely not like the fact that there are monsters on their border, so hopefully they will mobilise soon. They're currently on 10%, so we'll keep an eye on that. Alright, I'm going to leave it the way that it is, but over here at Mulcan, still waiting on that other elite unit. In the meantime, I'll just put a little bit of heat on these guys, I think. If I can take them out, that'd be handy. Yeah, looks good. And don't come back. Got these guys here. Alright, so we've got more prepared units in the forts, and as I said, we're just waiting. Now they have mobilized, so I can use diplomacy, and of course the Silk Sultanate are the ones that I want to get on board as quickly as possible. They're Mulcan's potential allegiance to the north. Very, very handy against both Glutenheim and against the Vikings if I want to turn that way. Thranguin, I think they're going to come on board without me doing much to encourage them, so the other one I'll put into Sarnai. They're on 34. Right, that's it for them, and we go across to Tribal League. Still waiting for 300 gold pieces, hasn't got it yet. I just might move this ship up just because I want to move something that is the Tribal Leagues. And have a look at the strategic situation. See up here. Yeah, that seems about right. Let's end the turn. We've got time to do that this time and see what the result is. Aha! Now this was the decision that I was talking about that is very important. Now you can see that it's very situational. At the moment, I don't want to lose any points off my Angnordian troops, because if I do that, they're going to be affected in their attack against the Dreadworm. So holding a festival might be the better option for this. Anyway, reading it, our people are weary of war and would benefit from a festival. Hold fairs and celebrations in the towns and cities and watch their morale rise. The other option is send the troops home. Some of them troops home anyway. Our troops have been away from their families and farms for too long. Send a number of them home to increase rural production. Do you want to hold festivals or send troops home? What does that mean? Hold festivals, you'll add 1,000 to the national morale for a cost of 25 gold pieces for 2 turns. Cheap option and a bit of national morale. The generally better option, especially from a mathematical point of view, is to release the troops. This option will provide 100 gold pieces for 4 turns in production revenue. Ang-Nord units within 10 hexes of water spend will suffer strength losses of 1 to 3 points. Alright, so the question at this point is, are you willing to sacrifice the points of units that are actively involved in the campaign at the moment, or do you just hold a festival and keep the campaign going? That's why I said that it might. Some players, maybe it's the best option, is to wait for this decision before launching the attack, and then build the troops back up again with the extra 400 gold pieces and then attack Watersbend. Might be the better option. Anyway, I am going to go with the RNG this time, so I'll be... Alright, well, it's taken the decision that I would have made as well. Good. No, it is, and we will send the troops home. Let's see what the consequence of this is. Yeah. Norddelm prepares for war. Norddelm becomes an adversary. They are a strong Viking allegiant. peasant soldiers return home. This is because of the decision that was just made. And you can see we are losing points off our troops. This could be quite devastating. Not sure what the glitch was just then, but anyway. Because we've captured Watersbend, the throne has been moved to the castle there. You can see the rural production has increased my income to 244 points, even though I'm still losing 70 for the giants. Angford has gone up quite a bit, and the rest of them are about the same. Guantenheim begins its attack. So he's reinforced his troops. Now it's just a matter of what the dragon is going to do. Norddelm's fleet has put to sea straight away, and the Viking fleet of Mittelheim is also putting to sea. Right, that was lucky. The Draka has taken a lot of points off one of my my units, but was unable to kill it. And the Vikings continue unsuccessfully to take on Guildford, but they are doing a better job of it, taking off a few points. Yeah, this is... might have to bring that dragon back, I think. Hill Giants continue to pound the fortress of Xander's Keep, and to great effect. They have been able to take it. And now the halflings come under attack from giants. Doesn't seem like a fair fight, really. They've held out. No, they won't. So Rumbledale will fall. And it looks like this is going to be a reasonably good turn for the adversaries. Holtus will definitely fall next turn. Guantenheim is getting much closer to being able to take Freiburg, which is the main capital of Moradon. Moradon has another capital further to the west, so even if it falls, they will not surrender. Alright, now that is way past 15 minutes, so I'm just going to place these units that are here, the second elite unit for Malkan, and I will end the turn. Thanks for watching. See you next time.